We are here on Wellness Wednesday with SEI, and we're excited. We got a lot of good stuff happening. We're about to have Mitchell come on and talk to you guys about funny stuff. So we're hoping we're going to have some fun. Enjoy. Hello, everybody. I see you joining. Good to see everyone. I'm hoping that you all are healthy and safe and feeling good about life. Out here, it's definitely not a sunny day today, but we're here. We are here and still breathing, and for that we must be thankful. We're gonna get started in about 7 minutes. We got Mitchell Marchand. He is actually one of the writers for some of the funniest shows that we as Black people love to watch, and so I'm excited to have him join us and give us some funny tips on how to get through this crazy time. Hello, hello, hello. Please put your name in there so I can actually say hello to you while we wait for our guest to join us. And then I can actually wave back. But welcome. Wellness Wednesday here with SEI. We are excited to have you all be a part of it. We will be having some fun today in about 6 minutes, but put your name in there. Invite some friends, please. Please have everyone you know join us so we can have some fun. And let me know how you're doing. Put it in the chat. How are you doing out there? You guys feeling good? Hey, Wilma. Good to see you. Oh, I miss you. Good to see you. Multnomah Athletic Club, I see you in there, the foundation. Thank you for joining us. It's Wellness Wednesday here at SEI. We're excited to have people join us. Walter Smith, I see you in there. Welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday. I'm excited about today. Woman said, hold on. What are we holding on for? Oh, you're holding on. That's good. That's all we can do right now is hold on. Hold on to each other virtually, however you do that. Hey, Mariette, I see you. Please invite your friends. We will get started in about 5 minutes. Hey, I see Michael Jackson. We'll get started in about 5 minutes, but invite your friends to it. We got a guest, Mitchell Marchand. He is the writer in for many of the shows that we all love to watch, shows like Blackish, shows like I gotta pull up my cheat sheet. Hold on. Let's see what else he's been a part of. But it should be fun. He's funny. He writes funny things, so we're excited about that. Mitchell Marchand, he's a writer, actor, comedian. He's actually from Juice. If you guys remember that line, you got the juice now, man. That's his line. There he is. I see him. He just joined, so let me get him on here. Mitch, request to join the live with me so we can get you on here. Hello, everybody. Put your name in there so I can see who you are. Jalen, I see you. There we go. Oh, didn't want to do that. There we go. He's coming. Hi, everybody. Hey, Renita, I see you.
There we go.
Hey,
there we go.
up?
What's happening?
Nothing. Happy Wednesday, my friend. Virtual hugs, virtual hugs. Oh, let me get it right. I'll be over here, right, Mitchell? Bending over.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I gotta reach up.
What's going on? First and foremost, man, welcome to the SEI world. We're super excited to have you here. We've got people who are slowly coming on and joining us, and then when we get started, I'll introduce you right at 2:00. But how are you doing health-wise? You good?
Everything's good. Just I had got a bike last week and started bike riding and getting my miles in. You know, like this quarantine has turned me back into a 6-year-old. You know? I'll be looking at my car just sitting up all day. I just got my car like a couple months ago. It's brand new.
Oh.
Man, do I love that I love my bike, man. I take songs to it when I get on it. You know, I wipe it down. I treat it right. You know?
See, that's hilarious. I
I
saw you
love my bike.
posted singing the song. What was the song you had on there? Because that was pretty
On my
funny.
live, I did My Buddy. I sang
Uh,
My Buddy. That old song, My Buddy, My Buddy.
oh, you are a mess. That is too
I
funny.
sang that, and then today, I actually did a new personal best. I did 10 miles today.
Yes.
Very excited about that. And the funny part was I did a post with my mileage on my tracker, and I played the song from Karate Kid. You're the best around. Nothing's gonna ever break you down.
Yeah.
I sure
Man,
did.
leave it to you to always find a way to smile. That's exactly why I wanted you on here, because I knew that you would be coming with things that makes people's cheeks just explode with happiness. So super excited.
I appreciate it. I'm doing my best. I'm enjoying this time in a weird way. I wish I would, it's like it's opened up a lot of opportunities.
Good.
I see the opportunity in all of this.
That's the key. That's the key. So people are also screaming, shouting
My
you
boy
out down
Rudy
there.
Rush. Rudy Rush is a talented comedian, friend of mine from New York City, one of the OG beasts. You know, you probably seen him all. He tours and does all that. He's he's an absolute monster, man. What up, Rudy Rush?
Cool. Well, let me introduce you. So we are on Wednesday Wellness here at SEI, and just so you guys that don't know, Self Enhancement Incorporated is a multi-service agency here in Portland, Oregon. Yes, I know Oregon does have Black people. We focus.
You on, and your children don't count.
Yeah,
always. Just you and your children.
It wasn't just me and my kids.
Okay.
And I am a transplant, but we focus on Black youth and families. We service over 17,000 kids and families each year. Surrounding the youth, we do cradle to career, so we don't let them go until they have a living wage job or graduated from college. So
that's beautiful.
Yep, we are excited to do it. And so here with me today, I have Mitchell Marchand, which is a childhood friend of mine, dear friend. He's a special place in my heart. Is a writer, actor, comedian, producer, whom audiences remember from great things like Juice. And he was featured saying the key sentence. I'll let you say it, Mitch.
I said you got the juice now. At the end.
That's it. That's the line. And he's a New York City transplant, now lives in LA. He's been there for over 21 years. And he is absolutely known for some big shows like the Wayans Brothers, BET Network's Comic View, Hell Date, TBS Funniest Wins, and MTV's newest late night show, Safe Word. So first and foremost, before I say anything else, I'm so proud of you, man. You're doing big things. I love it. LAG fam is always going to be in the house.
Long way from high school. Me and Libra went to high school together, for those that don't know. Libra was always tall. Libra stuck out in the crowd.
Yeah.
That's how I found my way to class. I would just follow Libra sometimes.
Oh, God. See? And that's what I said. I said, so he going to try to make this about me, but I'm not going to let you.
I'm not going to do that. No. I'm going to let you do your thing. But I got to let that be known, man.
Absolutely.
We literally go back like full flat tires. Yo.
Yeah, for real. Way back.
Yes, sir.
So I appreciate you being here. And I want to first say, you and your family with this whole thing going on, how y'all holding up? Like, what's the deal?
I mean, to be honest with you, it's been, we just celebrated my son Miles just turned 22 yesterday. And I'll be honest with you, it has been an amazing time, because you just kind of get, you're reminded of what is important in life. Mm-hmm. And obviously, it's a beautiful thing. The kids, my kids are not small. I know a lot of people are dealing with like small children, and I empathize with them.
Yeah,
I truly do. I don't have that problem.
Yeah,
I've been joking with friends when they ask how things are going. It's like my sons have been social distancing for me for years. These dudes do not care. Like they get in the room. they check on me like once in a while. Like if I'm in the bedroom watching TV, they'll come poke their head in, make sure I'm still breathing. If they see my chest moving, then they're fine. You know, other than that, it's a wrap.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Yeah,
And the
I'm
wife,
with you on the opportunity. There's a
yeah,
lot
the
of
wife takes
opportunity
good care
now.
of us too. So I mean, you know, we're good. We're doing real good.
Yeah, I know your wife is a baker, right? So I can only
Yeah,
imagine what's coming
yeah.
out the kitchen.
It's
That's
it's
good
like
stuff.
she's been baking cookies and you know making stuff and it smells great. The only problem is I started a cleanse last week, so it's like the worst. Like imagine yesterday we had like 3 different kinds of cake. We had a ice cream cake. There was a Sweet Lady Jane berry cake here. We got some extra like lemon bars and I mean there was I couldn't even take none of that stuff, man.
So you just
I
got
was
to
sitting
get
there
on your
eating
bike.
hummus.
You say what?
I was eating hummus.
Oh, that is not the same thing.
No,
Not
it's
the
not
same
a lemon
thing.
bar. Hummus
Not
is
at
not a
all.
lemon bar.
Okay, so let's dig deep into the comedy thing. So
Okay.
you obviously write for funny. You write for people to laugh. And I
Yeah.
think that laughing right now is just so important in terms of people not seeing all of the negative. Because you watch the news and all of a sudden you just want to be like, I give up.
Oh,
So talk about the funny and how you even got into that, because we got kids that are watching who are like, man, maybe that's something they're interested in. How do you even get into that, and why is that so important to you?
well, I mean, for me, it's always like the saying, laughter is always the best medicine. And in times of deep in my deepest sorrow, I think I've just always been able to find the funny in things. Like it's I don't really know where it came from, but I've always been able to do that. And I'm talking about from losing a family member to some tragedy. Like if you look deep enough, there's something funny in all of it. And I just think I try to harness that, because if I'm thinking funny, then I'm smiling inside, even if I'm not smiling on the outside. To be quite honest with you, it's one of those things where I'm never too far away from a joke or seeing what where there's something to be had as far as laughing at something.
Right.
Yeah.
I just wrote that down. Thinking funny, I'm smiling inside. That's a
Yeah.
great quote, Mitch.
Put it on a t-shirt. Make sure you send me one. Extra large.
I will absolutely do that. I love that quote. But thinking funny and smiling inside, that's something that during this time we could absolutely adopt and try to take that on. So, I mean, you've done so much in your career. And part of the reason why we're doing this Wellness Wednesday is it's adults, but we got kids that follow us and watch us all the time. So talk to me about how someone who is funny and has a gift of being funny, how can they translate that into a potential career and all the options, not just the options in front of the camera? Because a lot of kids are always like, I want to be the star. But there's so many other options, and that's kind of where you land. So talk about that.
Well, I mean, like back in high school, I was a drama major. I was absolutely studying to be in front of the camera. Obviously, I was able to do juice and did other few things, but I had been a child actor, so even when I was younger, I was already in the mindset of thinking beyond just being in front of the camera. I was at 12 years old, I was an intern on Do the Right Thing that the summer they filmed it in Brooklyn. So like I always was kind of fascinated by the idea of not just reading the lines for my character, but an entire script. And so for me, even back in high school, there'd be weekends where this is obviously pre-final draft. I was writing things down in a notebook, and thinking of different ideas that would be great for movies. Or I was thinking about writing an after-school special at like 16, 17. So I think I was always in the midst of like having two paths, like the acting path and the writing path. And then I think, my very good friends, Marlon and Wayans, and, always was trying to tell me about seeing the funny in things. I got to give them credit, because sometimes I would get down on myself or get upset by things not going my way. And I think when I began to look at it from another perspective and try to take hold of what was, what was to be had from the positive of, you know, not doing well. You know,
Right.
in failure you learn.
Right.
In the weirdest way ever. I have my success is based upon the fact that I've had a whole lot of failure, and I just, you know, you don't make those same mistakes. So for me, I ended up eventually kind of getting burned out from acting. The audition process, you know, whatever that was, it just became not for me. And then I just made a decision, you know, very early, when I moved to Los Angeles, like, I really want to pursue this writing thing. I have to start from the ground level, but I'm going to find my way, and I'm going to eventually make something out of this. And once I turned the switch for myself and made that distinction that I'm going to do that, that's exactly what happened. Like, I did the first like writing job I had was for the BET Awards back when Will and Jada hosted. And from that, I wrote a bit that the producers at the MTV Awards saw and wanted to know who wrote that bit. And from that bit, from the BET Awards bit, I got to MTV VMAs, all in the same summer.
That's dope.
Now, throughout the course of my career, there's been some ups and downs, and I've been some inconsistencies of working. But, you know, it was clearly God showed me that I was on the right path. You know what I'm saying? So that's just something that I just kind of, once I made the decision. Sorry, somebody's calling.
It happens. Me and Mitch already said we're not going to make this a Teddy Riley effect.
Yeah. I'm doing my best not to Teddy Riley this thing.
No, but I see Edna's in there, and she definitely is saying she's going to share this with her youth and parents too, because those are some serious nuggets. I mean, so many times we push and push for our kids to be the star, but there's so many other opportunities. And SEI, we really push that. Kids, we say life has options. And so kids need to know that there's more option than what's just in front of you. And so everything that you're just saying is just so important for kids to know. So let's go back to this whole like parenting. Everybody in the world right now is homeschooling, right? And of course, homeschooling has had some serious comments made about it in the past. Right now, all of a sudden the entire world is homeschooling their kid. What is the funny in that? How do you help parents see the funny in that?
I think the funny is that children all around the country and all around the world are learning exactly how stupid their parents really are. You know, like, you know, my son don't even bother asking me nothing. Like, I ask him what's going on. He gives me a solid response. And then after that, you know, I leave the room. Like, I know where I'm not wanted. You know, and he's about to, and I have been completely exposed. Like, he knows exactly my level of intelligence.
Right.
I'm not helping him with none of his homework.
So
because we both going to get an F.
Right.
You know.
So as parents with little ones, see, you got older ones too. See, I got older ones that are super independent, so I help them, but you know, they're on their own, right? But for parents with little ones, what is the funny for them? Because I'm kind of feeling sorry for them right now.
I feel like the funny for them is to just, you know, I think, you know, right now it's very important that, you know, in this pandemic, we make sure that we continue to, you know, use takeout services from a lot of the restaurants and businesses. And I know for a fact, because my wife and I did it about a week ago, we ordered from a restaurant in the neighborhood, and they are also selling bottles of wine. So I suggest all the parents of small children, make sure your cupboard is stocked with lots of wine. Maybe you're a Shiraz person. Maybe you're a white person. Maybe you like, you know, red, Cabernet. Whatever it is that is your choice, you know, make sure, and listen, you know, nobody's judging right now.
Right.
Maybe have some before class. Maybe you need something to slow you down. Kids, don't do this. I'm not talking about the kids. I'm talking about the parents. I want to make sure that no kids are out there listening. I want to make sure that they understand what I mean. Like, this is for real. Like, you know, or I can't right now. I'm not drinking because I'm on a cleanse. So like for me, you gotta get a regimen going, get some jogging going, a yoga class. You know, I have cable, and I was looking for something, a sports documentary, and fell down the wormhole. And I didn't realize like they have all these different like training classes and Pilates classes, and so find something like just think about when you were in school and we couldn't wait till 3 o'clock.
Yep.
Remember how like 2:45 to 3 o'clock felt like all day? Parents need to do that now. They need to like set a time for when school ends for the kids.
Yep.
And then make sure like if they have to chill their wine, let it be chilled, let it be ready. So they can go right from their kids' room to the kitchen, and or prayer. I mean, prayer always works. But a little bit of medicine never hurt nobody.
Oh, so true. So we're in the business of being extended family for a lot of our youth. So unfortunately, a lot of the youth that we deal with don't even have access to grandmom and mom and dad, whatever reason, their circumstances, that's just not it. So sometimes we are it. And we got staff out there. I mean, since this has happened, some of them are working 24 hours a day, right? Because they're just trying to make sure food security, home security, all that stuff. And and I think it's important that maybe they hear something from you on just words of encouragement and maybe a little funny on how what they're doing is just so important, because getting over this hump can take these kids to the next level.
I mean, I think that like I joked about your children seeing your level of intelligence, but the truth of the matter is I think this is a beautiful time for kids to see the impact of those that really care. And really show concern. I know in my life I have 4 kids and I have nieces and nephews, and I think the beauty of this time is it's kind of taken us back to a place where none of us are too busy to reach out. None of us are too busy to lend a helping hand. And sometimes it's just that simple. Like you don't realize, like even with me, every once in a while, in the throes of my normal life when I'm really, really busy, it's hard to respond. But I do my best to like, when I'm asked questions on social media about certain things in terms of writing, I try to respond to people and give them a little bit of encouragement in that way. I just think it's important for everybody, parents, children, everybody that's dealing with this in terms of the way that I've been trying to get through it and doing my best to get through it, is to think future and to think positive.
Right.
Like we're all living in this moment, and I know some of us are being hit with the deepest of tragedies in terms of losing family members, but I also feel like there's a lot of beauty that comes from this moment. Like even yesterday, for my son's birthday, we weren't able obviously to have people over for him to go anywhere, and throughout the day we had different family friends who just drove by our house and honked their horn and waved at him, and it made me want to cry. I just it's just like to know that love can be shown in a way that doesn't have to deal with touching. That's right. It's just like sometimes gestures are humongous and very important. So I really want to give a shout out to all those people that are within your organization that are doing those things, because that is genius level, epic level, just caring and just looking out. The very thing we say we want to do is look out for our fellow man, and they're putting foot to pavement on that, and that's beautiful.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that, and I'm sure when they watch this, they're gonna appreciate that from you, because it's hard. There's a lot of stuff going on right now that
just mentally, I just know like sometimes it's like weird things, like just breathe in and out for like 30 seconds. It's like you would not. It's like simple things that you take for granted, like just being able to just like take like 30 seconds and have a deep breath and just inhale and exhale, and just kind of like, I know for me, I always have tension in my shoulders, and so just being very mindful of my body and making sure that my shoulders are down, like simple stuff like that, man.
It's just funny. It's funny because, like, of course, you and I going back to like young teenager years, right? And now it's like, oh, I'm mindful of my shoulders, and I'm breathing.
I be mindful of my shoulders, like even like sometimes like I get like this in my eye, I'm thinking too hard, and I started noticing some wrinkles. I was like, I'm trying to feel positive about things. I'm not trying to not trying to look like Morgan Freeman walking around.
Right. You funny.
Yeah.
So before we wrap it up, I want to make sure that I reach out to who's watching. If anyone has any questions, go ahead and type it in. I'll try to read them as quickly as possible, and make sure that we can get your questions answered. But the last thing that I have for you as we wait for them is, what's like some main nugget that you just want the universe to know from your heart to everyone else's?
Oh man, I think, and we were talking prior to us really getting started, and I think the thing for me is, like, whatever it is, that thing that you thought you couldn't do, use this time to do it. I mean, I know just in terms of my personal life, one of the first things I did that first week of being in quarantine was, like, I had all these ideas in my head about, different television show and movie ideas that I wanted to do. And what I did was I just came in my office one day, this very room I'm in right now, and I just sat down and just didn't like try to like really finesse like or write something that somebody would see, but it was like I did a vision board on paper, if you will, if that makes any sense. And I just kind of wrote out these ideas, and jump ahead to maybe 3 or 4 weeks later, I had a really big phone call with somebody asking me, what are the ideas that you're thinking about right now? So it's like, had I not made that move on my own, I think the universe kind of then led me to being able to, let people know outside of that, what it was I was thinking.
That's good stuff.
So I think it's important that everybody, and I know it's like, I don't want to put no pressure on nobody, because I believe in the same way, because I needed a week and a half, 2 weeks to really like recalibrate my brain. Like outside of like me writing that, it was a lot of Tito's and tonics. Like I was doing a lot of drinking. And I had to kind of get myself together, because that was just lead me down, just a very miserable path.
Right.
And, I think for me, once I kind of snapped out of it, giving myself something to do gave me a little bit of motivation to, move on to the next day. It's, as far as writing, there's nothing like, like I always tell people, like, you have a blank page. And there's nothing more exciting than sometimes it's you and that blank, and y'all are just staring at each other. Like, it's like intense. It's like a boxing match before the bell rings. And so it's so fun when you can like say, oh, okay, I'm not gonna let you beat me today. And you get past that first page. Yeah. And sometimes it's just about, so I would suggest everybody, like, I'm not saying start a business or like, because I know in terms of times like this is hard, but like really think about what you want your next 2 years to be about when everything is done, and in your own way, utilize the time in a little bit of time a day. Sometimes you might put in 30 minutes. Sometimes you might put in 2 hours. Sometimes you might feel really motivated and you might do 6 hours. But the important thing is to always just try to move and think forward, because that kind of, and for me, it's very much helped me avoid feeling constricted and bound, particularly when we all have to remain in the house. Yeah.
Good nuggets. So I got one question, and of course you got to know, you grew up with me. I'm over here in Oregon. Nobody knows me. They don't know my family. They don't know nothing, right? So the question that they have is, what is one thing that they need to know about me?
Oh man. I mean, I could be like, obviously you're very intelligent. You're very intelligent, you're very smart, all of those wonderful things.
Thank you, Mitch. Thank you.
They don't want to play basketball against you.
Oh, Mitch, really?
You were the center of the LaGuardia girls basketball team, were you not?
Yes, I was. With Shanita, okay, remember Twin Towers?
Like, I was just like, so don't play in the post. Fellas, don't get embarrassed by Miss Libra. Don't play that game. She will mic it. Don't play yourself. But I think the thing, it's funny as you get to know people as you grow older. I just think it's like we have both evolved from who we were to who we are, and I think that's through trial and error. And I think it's again back to what I was saying about just making sure, like, I think you have evolved into somebody who has taken your talents and used them in immense ways and done your best to give back. And I think people should definitely take those nuggets that you give them almost on a daily and almost not just utilize them for their lives, but pay that stuff forward, because that's how we improve as a nation.
That's
I
right.
think there's so much negativity, and I think sometimes even positivity gets a bad rap. And I think sometimes people hustle with that positive thing.
Yes.
And I think that's the thing that scares me a lot about it, because I think positively, but I may not speak it all the time out loud. I think my actions are more positive than sometimes the words I use. But I think I think people need to utilize the energy that you put out and use it for themselves, but also the same way that you inspire them, make sure that they do that to inspire others. Yeah.
Well, that's amazing. And like I said when we started, super proud of you, man. I'm just so proud of you and what you have done with your life. Truly, truly. And I appreciate you taking the moment to give us your nuggets and take time with us.
No problem.
We will cherish this moment and share it with all of our kids and make sure they hear everything that you said.
Well, I appreciate you, and I think you're doing beautiful work. And
thank you.
Thank you for having me. This is real dope.
Excellent, super dope. And of course, we'll be in touch as usual. I'm still laughing at everything that you put out there. I'm always there.
I'm gonna think of a new song for my bike ride tomorrow to make everybody laugh that follows me on Instagram.
I can't wait, man. It's my smile of the day. I can't wait.
I'm ridiculous. I'm just sometimes, like, when I'm doing it, I start laughing. I was taking a picture today and I was like, I am so damn ridiculous. Like, what's wrong with me? I'm sweating like I really need to get a towel on my face. I'm just sitting there like, oh, this is gonna be great. Oh, why am I putting? Yeah,
for real. Well, you keep me laughing, so I appreciate that.
No doubt.
Are we back?
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Cool.
You got me?
Much love, man. I'll see you later.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, y'all. You heard it. Good nuggets from him. My favorite line of the day is, think funny, then you're smiling inside. I love it. I love it. I love it. This will stay on our live, on our Instagram page for a while. So please make sure that you share with others. And we will be back again next Wednesday with another Wednesday Wellness. We're here to make sure that you feel good. And if you don't know about us, then you better ask somebody. Please follow us, Self Enhancement Incorporated. We are in Portland, Oregon, doing big things for our wonderful community. We'd love to hear from you. You guys stay safe, stay well, and make sure you smile today. Bye, y'all.